If you suffer from migraines, especially the visual type, this video just might be for you. So keep watching.
Hi everyone, it's Latin Roses. Today we're going to talk about something a lot of people suffer from is migraines. And although I've never had a migraine, I know others that have had migraines, and the pain is no joke. It's serious. My next guest, all the way from the UK, Kevin McDermott, found a way to heal himself from migraines naturally, and he's going to discuss that in a minute. And you might get a little pushback here because I think it's a little controversial because people are going to say, "How did you use that?" Because I don't know if that'll work for me, but because it worked for you, I just thought it'd be another tool that might be able to help others. So, can you tell us, Kevin, how you were able to free yourself from migraines?
It was actually by chance because it's not a natural healing or product that I would have even thought of. And it all came about when I visited my optician, actually, because I know what triggers my migraine off. So obviously it may not work for other people because it may not be the same, same scenario. But my migraine started when I would say about 10 years ago. And I obviously didn't know what it was, and it was very, very scary because you just don't know what the hell is going on. But it started with looking at bright lights, in a lamp in the living room actually. And then I got this. I looked at the light. You know, when you look at a vision or a reflection on the sun or something, and you get that image in your eye that stays there for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
This time it didn't go away. I'm thinking, not going away. This, and then suddenly you get the swirly lights, which were really bad. And you feel like you're going blind basically because you're not concentrating on what's in front of you. And that really scared me to death at the time. So I rushed to a hospital. The triage nurse was basically talking to you, but wasn't really listening. I'm thinking, if you're not listening, that makes me more panicky because you're not telling me that everything's going to be okay. Anyway, they discovered, or they thought it was a migraine, which I've never experienced before in my life. So, and from that time onwards, I got them quite regular. One in particular, when I was at work one day, I was by myself because I was in a business and there was just two of us working. He'd already gone home and I was there. And I just sort of caught the sun reflection in the middle of the blind, which was reflecting off a car window through the blind. It caught me in the eye and it stayed there again, but this time with both eyes. And it was like, whoa, what's going on here? And I rushed out. I actually fell to the ground because I was confused what was going on. And then the actual ambulance came. But by the time the ambulance came, the symptoms went away. So anyway, I did some research on it, and obviously I found out that they actually are migraines. Now, unlike a lot of people, because you mentioned this about having a lot of pain, I didn't have pain with my migraine. It was more a visual impairment, really. The pain or headache came on afterwards over the eyes, which I had to sort of close my eyes and relax. And eventually, about half an hour to an hour, it suddenly, subsided and went away. So anyway, to cut a long story short, I ended up going to the opticians, thinking that they could see something in my eyes, or when they're testing it. And they said you can't see a migraine. It's just something that's from the brain that's been sent out. It's just the way it's reacting. But when they wanted to test my eyes, they always shine a bright light across your eyes to see any reaction, as you may know. I do it in the UK, I don't know about anywhere else. And I said to them, I don't really like the idea of that. And I explained why to the optician. And he said to me, well, actually, you'll probably find that you'll be okay because your brain will kick in, and because you know that's going to happen. It won't give you a migraine. And I thought, okay, well, I'll take your word for that, and we'll try that. And he did. He did the bright light, and sure enough, I got the image for a few seconds, and then basically it just didn't happen. And I think, that's good. That's brilliant. And I said to him, maybe you've actually cured me of migraine. And he started laughing, thinking, well, it is actually a fact that the brain can actually prepare itself like that. So I thought, well, anyway, and that kept me in my mind. I kept thinking about this, and I thought, brave it up, because it's not a very nice thing to experience a migraine. I decided, well, I'm going to put it to the test. And I decided to actually look into bright lights in reflection, not actually directly at the sun, of course, but a reflection. And anything that I was driving, I could see a reflection of a car in front of me. And I looked at it intensely. And in my mind, I was saying, come on, bring it on, start me a migraine. And I've never had one since. So it did make sense of what he was saying. It suddenly clicked. Well, hang on. And I kept doing this, and I do it before I go out. If ever it's a sunny day, I will do it purposely to prepare the brain for that moment. And to this day, I've had one minor, very minor migraine, but it didn't last very long because I generally go outside, sit in the car, and look at the bright sky, and it goes off.
Okay, so I'm learning something for the first time. So my impression that migraines are always very painful. I have heard about the lights causing, like flashing lights or bright lights, bringing them on, but I never heard of just a visual kind of a migraine. So you were able to kind of cure yourself just by preparing, knowing that light was coming, and
Yeah.
it just kind of, that's interesting that it just like disappeared for you.
Well, I've heard a very similar theory when somebody had been allergic to peanut butter, which I think I mentioned to you before. When they've been allergic to that, and I don't know whether this will work for everybody, of course. I'm only telling you what I read in an article of this boy. And he had peanut butter, but he knew he was going to take that peanut butter, even though it wasn't very favourable to him, and he didn't have any reaction. And they said it's because the brain again clicked in and thought, well, hang on, we've got to prepare ourselves here for this. We must make sure that we're ready for this coming into our body. And a lot of it does make sense. And I know my migraine theory in bright lights won't work for everybody because there are different things that bring that on, like cheese and things like this, if you look it up. But if you have a bright light problem and you know that's what triggers it off, then try it. It worked for me, and I must admit, I'm thinking, well, it's brilliant. And this is why I keep studying other things, because I'm thinking there's a lot of stuff out there that people don't know, and you find a lot of stuff out like this accidentally, like as I did.
Yeah.
So, great. So there we go. It was as simple as that.
I agree with you. A lot of things I found out to help myself and family members was just accidental from my ongoing research that I do for myself. So yeah, there's a lot of information out there. And speaking of that, you just started a new Facebook page. It's all about natural healing methods, and it's for all kinds of different ailments, not just one in particular. So I've been really enjoying that, and I have learned a lot since I've been on there. And you keep it fresh, you post regularly. So I'm going to add that here, and I'm going to also add where people can contact you by your email and Skype if they want to get in touch with you further, because you're very interesting, and why wouldn't they? So is there anything else that you'd like to share before we go?
Well, I was going to say, obviously, the bright light for me, if anybody can remember the old kaleidoscope, have you ever had those when you were a kid? You had the different coloured lights mixing up. That's what, to me, a migraine was in my book. It wasn't just a bright light. Sometimes it was different colours. And that's what was scary, because you're thinking, what the hell's going on here? And some bright lights start from the sides, of course, and come inwards to the eye, and some just stay where they are. But everybody's different. So I understand that my method there will not always work for everybody. But like I say, if you know a bright light triggers it, then I would try that, because it certainly stopped mine in its tracks. So happy days.
Happy days. Yeah. Well, when you get control of your health, you really gain your life back in so many ways. And happy days. Yeah, that's a way to describe it. So thank you so much for taking your time, Kevin, all the way from the UK to be with us here today on Latin Roses TV. Thank you.
Have a nice day.
If you like this video, hit like. If you have any testimonials about sharing about natural ways that you did to heal yourself, or know of somebody else to do that, please share it. I love to read your comments below, and so do the other viewers. It's a community that helps each other. So if you found this useful, please share it on your social media. And if you want to see more videos like this, please subscribe. And if you want to stay in touch. So as usual, I wish you love, peace, and joy.